my name is Sunil Kumar. I am Japanese language expert and co-director at Global Diction Studio, that is a language academy in Gurgaon. And I am a mechanical engineer by profession, and I am a Japanese language expert. I am an N1 certified teacher and language trainer, and I have completed my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and I have completed my master's in Japanese business management. So after completing my master's from Tokyo, Japan, I came to India and I started working as a Japanese business translator for various freelancing companies and companies like Daikin, Mitsubishi, Honda, the Japanese companies. And after exploring myself there, I started teaching Japanese to the professional business level courses in the corporate environment. And from there, I get to more into the teaching environment. Then I started at Global Diction Studio as the student teacher. I am teaching their Japanese language, and I have completed N1 certification in 2019, and I have been teaching since 2018 with Global Diction Studio at on the academy. So today I will talk about the basics of the Japanese language, how it comes, how it came into the writing script, how it become a language, how it is, which scripts we use, how it is written, how we speak it, and the various things, and what type of various courses you can pursue in India and outside of India. So let's start with the presentation. Today we will be talking about the basics of the Japanese language, how it comes to be, and what different types of scripts we use. So Japanese language, as we all know, is an East Asian language spoken by more than 128 million people, primarily in Japan. It is the national language of Japan, and around the 13% of the internet speaks in some form of Japanese, that may be in written or in verbal communication. The 13% of internet and electronics market is related to somehow Japanese language. So historically, Japanese was a verbal language. It doesn't consist of a writing system. Earlier, they were just used to converse verbally and get easily away with it because it was just an island. But up until 4th century, when the Japanese people has only verbal languages, some business trades from China starts to happen with the Japanese people, and they came to Japan. And with their coming the people, they bring their basic, that traditional Chinese character that we used to write in China. And then the people of the Japan, they thought we can use this writing script to make our documentation. We can use this for business, and we can pass down information from one person to another, and it will be easily. We can make more secure things. So initially, the language was kanji, that is the traditional Chinese character that Chinese people used to make. But as we all know, the Japanese were only speaking verbally earlier, so they have a different dialect and different type of grammatical sentence structures as of the Chinese and Korean. So it was a little uneasy and little incorrect, grammatically incorrect to speak and write both in Chinese. So after some times, the Japanese people came with their scripts that was hiragana, and hiragana is used to complement the kanji to make better grammatical sentences. They were the grammatical correct sentences. So mostly hiragana was used to give the particles, conjunction, verbs, and making a correct grammatical sentence, interrogative sentences. And after some times, the katakana that is used to write the foreign words came into the play, and there are now coming on to the script of the Japanese language. There are 3 scripts in Japanese language. Okay, the first is hiragana, that we use to write the word of the Japanese origin that have originated in Japan, and they pronounce it, that we use to write. For example, book, notebook, pencil, pen, these all are written in hiragana. And katakana, this is a script we use to write foreign words. Foreign words, for example, we can say taxi, foreign persons, foreign countries. For example, India is Indo, and Indian people is Indojin. For example, this is an example given here. Watashi wa engineer des. So watashi here is a kanji. Wa is a hiragana character, and engineer, that we all can see, this is a foreign word. So it is written in katakana. Engineer becomes engineer, and this. These are the helping words which is making this sentence grammatically correct. And kanji is a Chinese pictograms and ideograms that used to reflect various things. And coming on to the more into the script, As we all know, hiragana and katakana, they are just phonetics language, and any other alphabets, they just represent sounds. They doesn't have any literal meaning. And kanji has a kanji has a meaning as well as a pronunciation. So kanji characters can have two pronunciation, as the same character can have a two pronunciation. One is unyomi and another is kunyomi. That both different. That has a different meaning to each other. That's we use as per the kanji. So we can speak in uh, kanji, katakana, and hiragana. So hiragana is used to write the words for Japanese origin. Katakana is used for foreign origins, and kanji, that is the traditional Chinese used to write in pictograms and ideograms. And coming on to the various courses and what courses you can have in India and outside India, uh, there are a number of courses that are offered in business and Japanese language all over the world. As you can see, a number of online portals having various number of courses. So I have divided in courses into the main three categories. This is the first course is an introductory course. Introductory course is where you get to introduce to the language. You get introduced to the various script. You get introduced to the how they write, what is the grammar structures, how they speak, what are the phonetics of the language. That is an introductory level. And going on to the second level of in this is a basic level. Basic levels mean we read in the school, just making a basic conversation, introducing yourself, introducing others, having a normal conversation with our parents, with our friends, with our colleagues. That is, comes into a basic level. And this course contains the IGSE, that is the International Board of the syllabus. And the second is professional level courses. The professional level courses, there are various number of professional level courses. The most important one is JLPT, that is Japanese Language Proficiency Test. So if you want to learn Japanese at a professional level, if you want to move to Japan for study, you want to move to Japan for work, you have to clear a JLPT certain certification. If you want to go there for study and get admission in a reputed Japanese university, you need N4 or N3. N4 is the minimum qualification you require, and N3 is like the you can get N3. And if you want to move there for work purpose, you have to be clear N4, N2 or N1 to get a highly skilled working visa from Japanese embassy. And the third one is the business part. Business part is the most important part of the language, and most of the people in India and outside of the India, they learn Japanese language to increase their business. These courses are mainly taken by the companies which are handling the Japanese client or Japanese clients which are coming to the different environment. So they tend to learn they started their employees. They say you have to learn this certain level of Japanese proficiency. So the first is business Japanese language test, that is BJT. Second is Japanese business manners and etiquettes, how to behave in a Japanese organization, how the Japanese organization work, how a Japanese company work outside of Japan, inside of Japan, how their hierarchical work, how their etiquettes, what are they managed. And the third one is Japanese management. So Japanese business management is how they get the like the manufacturing their work, anything else that is in the business part. So it has basic the three types of courses, that is Japanese business test, manners and etiquettes, and business management skills. Okay. And if you want to know about more about the courses or about the language, you can take a demo or schedule a demo with me on UrbanPro. Here's my profile. Okay, thank you.